Hello and welcome to another episode of Sailing Melody. This is a packed episode with lots and lots and lots of stuff going on. Heating systems and lots of sanding and lots of activity. I hope you really enjoy it. Before we get started, I'd just like to say a huge thank you to you for watching the video. Please watch it all the way through to the very end because it makes a big difference to the YouTube algorithm metrics things when people watch all the way through. So if you do have the time, please do watch all the way through, and of course leave us a comment and a like and a thumbs up. We love your comments, and even the ones that criticise what we're doing, which is fair enough. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the episode, and without further ado, let's get started. Well, hello everybody, I'm back at the top of the mast. So if you remember, a couple of weeks ago I was up here sorting out the wiring for the, I can't move that, the anemometer, because the wind speed and wind direction has been temperamental for the last year or two. I've made efforts to fix it several times and failed. And every time I fix it, it kind of works for a bit and then doesn't work. So I'm up here today. Last couple of weeks ago I came up and I was sort of assessing the situation and seeing what the problem was. I brought the head unit down and there's some pins need cleaning up on that, which is fine. Today I'm going to bring down the actual bit that the head unit screws to and all the cable, and I'm going to drill out a hole so that we can run. I've got my mounting line through, which is great, I managed to do that, but I want to run better cabling over the next couple of weeks. We'll see how we get on, shall we? Oh, please don't let it be an Allen key I need for this. I can't see. I can't see. There's two screws. I'm going to try a screwdriver in there. If it's an Allen key, I'll have to go back down and fetch one. It's going to be a flipping Allen key, isn't it? Yeah. Right, that's a pain. But while we're up here, I can drill this out. Okay, that's much better. That hole is much better for me to get multiple cables up through for the anemometer and the masthead light and the radio VHF. I'll just go a little bit more. Yeah, that's much better. Let me put this back away. And I've also brought up this piece of aluminium just to check if it's the right size. Yeah, that's perfect actually. I've got my template already, so I can put this on the milling machine and mill that with the, you know, nice rounded corners and what have you, and mount this to the top of the mast so that the cables will go through glands in this, and the masthead light can sit on here. I'll probably still use the same mounting points for the other bits, but yeah, that's going to work absolutely fine, and it'll cover up all the holes in the top of the mast when I Sikaflex it down and bolt it down, so that'll be great. Right, so now I've got to go back down, go and find some Allen keys and come back up. Joy, oh joy. Right, well that was stupid. I went up the mast without any Allen keys. I'm going to fetch some Allen keys, mate. So I'm going to walk up to the workshop in my climbing harness, find some Allen keys and go back and have another go. The trouble is I can't get high enough to see into the top of the little sockety thing to have a look at what size Allen key it is. So I'll have to take a pocket full, and no doubt some of them will end up being dropped in the sea. And of course, having the little workshop here now, It's only a little unit that I can put some stuff in, but it means that all my tools are up there because I'm trying to keep everything off the boat so that I can do jobs while Melissa and the kids are away. So yeah, I'm keeping the boat as, you know, clear as I possibly can, which is a blessing and a curse, because it means if I want something as simple as an Allen key, I've got to go and find it and look for it and dig it out and bring it back down here. That's, you know, there's me whinging. Stop whinging. You've got a workshop, don't whinge about it. The other thing I'm working on, of course, is the epoxy table. I'm sanding it a lot. There have been some comments about maybe it'll fall apart because I didn't take the bark off, but I'm hopeful that it won't, because of the framing of it. Hopefully will hold it together. If I'm wrong and I've cocked up, well, I'll just have to do it again, and it's all part of the learning process, but that's still underway. Hopefully more of that coming up soon. I think that's too big. I'm not sure if you can even see this because of the cameras on my helmet now. Let's try this one. Oh, I just can't see. Ooh. Ah, that one's gripping. Is it gripping in this as well? Ah. Okay. You alright? Hey? Trying to get the anemometer connection down because it's all tarnished up. I might not be able to do it. There's Eamon down there. Yeah, so this isn't working because I can't see into the top of the thing to see what size Allen key, or even if it is an Allen key. It's so long ago that I did this. I may have used like a security thing. I'm going to see if I can get a view of it with the GoPro and look back. Hang on. I just don't want to drop the GoPro either. Is that any good? Is that any good? So I'm just going to look at the GoPro screen to see if that gives me any information. This is really hard. That didn't help at all. It's just too dark in there. Maybe if I blew it up on the computer screen, but that means going back down again. Right, I'll have one more go with the Allen keys. If that doesn't work, I'll think of something else. Wish me luck. Well, there you go, what a pain. Another job I want to do today. This is lifted up, so I'm getting a bit of a leak in here, which is running down and into the cockpit. So that's my next job for today, is Sikaflex that. Yeah, and this is going to be good timing as well, because it's actually starting to drizzle a little bit now, so I can do this hopefully before the rain sets in. Look at this. Pretty awesome. That's not the prettiest job in the world, but it's functional, it'll do the job. It's starting to rain properly now, so I've got to get these tools in. Hopefully the rain doesn't screw that up. Right, well, I'm not very happy with that job. By rights I should have taken the whole thing off and sealed it down properly and re-drilled all those holes, but as I say, I was re-drilling the holes, but then my drill bit snapped. I think it'll do the job. It's just one of those that's not, it'll be fine but won't look as pretty as it could have looked. A box has arrived. I think I know what it is. Don't worry, this isn't an advert, it's just a box. Our Autoterm Planar diesel heater runs off its own little 7.5 litre tank, which is fine, does the job, but it's a pain in the bum having to refill it. So I've got some fuel tubing to run it from the main tank, and because of that leak, water ran down the little channel by the hatch, dripped in through that window, and I think it was dripping on the controller for the heater, and it killed it. And now is not the time of year to have a dead heater, so I've got a new controller unit for the heater, so I'll do that as well. Well, it's the next morning. I don't fancy going up there today. Look, I don't fancy going up in the rain. I probably will though, because it's not windy. I'll just have to be super careful not to slip, won't I? I'm going up to the workshop to do a bit more sanding. Glorious sanding, as Mads would say. I'm going down through the grade, so I'm sanding it all flat with 100 grit, and then going up through the grades to like 3,000, 5,000, and then I'll polish it at the end. It did strike me actually, you know, I was saying yesterday about a couple of people have said that it might fall in half because I didn't take the bark off, but the river bit actually goes underneath the table, and epoxies underneath quite a long way, because I built like an extended tray under the table to pour the river into, so that the water, the blue bit of the river, actually extends out beyond the bark. Does that make sense? If I have time, I'll draw a little picture of what I mean of that. So I'm fairly hopeful, and then it'll have some sort of structure across it, brackets and what have you to hold the legs as well, so, and then the end pieces, although I might cut those off. I'm still working on this as I go along, but I think it'll be all right. And if it does fall in half, then I shall kick myself. that's another battery done. So I'll put the batteries back on charge, go and do something else on the boat, and then I'll come back in a bit when the batteries are charged up and do a bit more. That's the way it works. So my main job today, apart from going back up the mast, is to install, as I say, the controller for the diesel heater. But before I do that, I wanted to show you this. This is, you know, we work with our good friends at EcoFlow quite a lot, and they've supported our channel for a long time. We use a lot of their power banks and stuff like that. Well, they've sent us this genuinely amazing piece of kit. It's called the EcoFlow Wave 3, and it's a heater and air conditioning unit that's completely portable. Would you believe that? I never thought I'd see the day when we got an air conditioner on board Ocean Melody. And of course, at this time of year, we don't need the air conditioner, but hopefully this summer, when we're getting to some warmer climates, we will do. And but it's definitely a fantastic backup to the diesel heater for keeping the boat warm during the winter. The Wave 3 is EcoFlow's all-in-one heating and cooling system, ideal for winter storms and humid summers, or just keeping the boat comfortable when you're away from shore power. It runs off EcoFlow's power stations or a mains AC, and it's incredibly efficient. For us, it adds another layer of redundancy and comfort on board. Our primary heating is the Autoterm diesel heater, as I said, but having an electric heater and cooling option does give us so much more flexibility, especially when we're plugged in at a marina or when we're running off our solar and portable power setups. EcoFlow are running their big Power on the Merry season event right now with 60% off across the store until December the 31st. I've just found in the box, before I threw the cardboard away, there's this duct size template which I've just cut down to the size of my washboard, so you can literally just have a spare little washboard piece made in plywood, whack that into your washboards with the holes already cut in for the ducts, and then in the evening or in the daytime you can either cool the whole cabin down if it's baking hot in the summer, or have it warmed up in the winter without having to have the port light in the galley open. I was going to put the ducts in through this galley port light, and I had done, and it was working great. But look at that! So I'll just make one of them in plywood as a spare washboard. That's awesome. And of course, as you'd expect with EcoFlow, they've got a fantastic app, so you can just dial the temperature up and it changes. You can put it into aircon mode, heat, max. I've got a light shining on it. Heat, max, eco, or sleep. Shutdown timer, pet care. So this is great for people's homes as well. Currently that's using 95 watts. But that's just in the heating process. You know, it's going to obviously taper that off once it gets up to temperature. You can pick up the Wave 3 and a whole bunch of other power gear at the best prices of the year. Links are in the description, and if you buy through the EcoFlow website, you can use our discount code SAILING for an extra 8% off. There's also an Amazon link with another 8% off using code BOJRCB9K. So yeah, the EcoFlow Wave 3 is going to be a very handy thing to have on board Ocean Melody, and it also means we can use it in our little camper van. We can use it when we go camping. Just, you know, it's just a fantastic thing. They're really coming along, aren't they? The whole kind of portable power banks, portable, you know, fridges and all this kind of stuff. It does seem like a crazy luxury to have this kind of thing on board. So thank you very much to EcoFlow for sending this out to us. It's absolutely brilliant. We're loving using it. And yeah, for now though, back to the video. Hello again. I think the battery's going to die, but I'm back up here because I've got a screwdriver to take the anemometer thing off. It's a Phillips. It's a Phillips screwdriver. Well, that was a partial success. I was trying to film up there, but the battery went flat. Turns out, looking at the footage when I was editing last night, it was a Phillips head screw, and I was just the wrong size I'd taken up before. So I managed to get one screw out, which was great. I couldn't get the other out because it's kind of welded itself in place, and unless I went up there with a oscillating multi-tool and cut it off and re-drilled the hole, that would just be a palaver. But what I have managed to do is swivel the whole head unit round so that I can see the female part of the socket, which means I can get in there and clean the terminals, clean the contacts, put some switch cleaner and some contact grease in there and fix that problem. So that should be the fix. I'm not going back up there today because quite honestly I just don't feel up to it. I've been up and down that mast several times, so I'm going to have a break. My arms are killing me. So it'll be in next episode, not this one, because this episode's got to be out tonight. Meanwhile, I'm still sanding. Right, I'm back down on the boat after a load more sanding, and I've really got to fit this controller for the diesel heater because I don't want to use this thing all the time. Like I say, the primary heating is the diesel, so I've got to fit that, and then I can pretty much settle down because I've done quite a bit today. It's a bit cramped in here for all of us. Now, fortunately, I've still got all of the wiring harness and everything for the old one, of course. So all I need to do is plug that in there, like that. Click. Oh, look at that, and it's all on. I don't want that on just at the moment. I want to unplug it from there. I've got to take that off because the little hole that I've drilled for the cable is only big enough for that plug, not for the other plug. You're coming out or what? There we go. So that can now plug on there. Lovely. The hole for that is there. And you can see the little cable comes out here, so all I need to do is pop him in there like that. In you go. Click. And we're back on cooking. Heating, power mode, half power. We'll stick it on for half an hour. And we've got heat. Lovely. Yeah, because it's 12 degrees in here at the moment. It's 12 degrees, which is not warm enough. It's kind of freezing. Well, it's another job ticked off. So there you go. Thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the episode. I think you'll agree there was quite a lot achieved. At least nothing finished, but lots of stuff started as normal. That's kind of my modus operandi. Next time you should see some more progress on the masthead issue, some more progress on that amazing river table, and some other exciting stuff going on. Hopefully, if the weather's good, we should be going sailing this weekend. There's the rumour that a few of us are going out from the marina and going sailing this weekend. So weather permitting, it is winter, it is in the UK, so that may not happen. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Thanks to our patrons and coffee supporters. As always, if you do want to support us on coffee or Patreon, the links are in the description. And of course, the links for that amazing EcoFlow Wave 3 air conditioning, heating, super fandango thing, that's all in the description as well, as I mentioned earlier. That's all for now, guys. See you next time. Bye bye.